Let's go over how to find the area of a triangle. The formula is area equals 1/2 base times height. And so what we need to be able to determine from looking at a triangle is what the base is and what the height is. And so you may not want to just think about, let me find the base, then let me find the height, or let me find the height and then let me find the base. You need to keep in mind the relationship that the two have with each other. So you're kind of looking for the two of them together at the same time. And what you're looking for is two segments that are perpendicular to one another. Perpendicular meaning that when they intersect, they make right angles or 90-degree angles, like we have right here. So that's always your clue as to what the base is and what the height is. And so of course the base will be one of the sides of the triangle, and then the height is usually inside the triangle. It can actually be outside as well, but it doesn't make up a side. You can think of it like that. But you're always going to have this perpendicular relationship between the two. So your height will come from one of the vertices of the triangle, like we have here, and again, it'll come down to one of the sides of the triangle, making a perpendicular, being perpendicular to the side, making a 90-degree angle. So that's how you would tell what the base is and what the height is. And then from there, once you've determined that, like this 10, you don't need that. You would just go ahead and plug in. $12 for your base, $8 for your height, and that would give you 48 square feet in this case. Let's look at another triangle. So we have this triangle here in the bottom right. And so we have measures for all of our sides, and then we actually have two interior segments, and we need to determine which one would be the height. And then once we do that, we'll know which one is our base. And so how do we go about doing this? Again, we're going to look at the relationship and see where we have perpendicular segments. Where do we see a 90-degree or right angle? So let's look at the yellow line first. And looking at this, I don't see anything perpendicular. It would have to be like this, and this is at more of a slant. So we're not going to take the yellow line. Now how about this green line? Well, this definitely looks like a right angle, right, on both sides. So if we have perpendicular segments here, then that means that we have our base and our height. So our base is going to be the side of the triangle, which will be 7, and our height is going to be 5. And again, our height is perpendicular to that side, so that gives you the height and the base. And again, it also goes through this vertex here. So now that we have these, we would do 1/2 base times height, which would be 1/2 times 7 times 5, which equals 1/2 of 35, which equals 17.5 square units, whatever units we have here. So that's how you go about determining it. Remember that you're going to have a height that goes through a vertex, and it's going to be perpendicular to a side, which would give you your base.